Hi, welcome to Seasonal Fair's mid-season review of Season 2 of Rent-A-Girlfriend. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Kurt.
Today we'll be talking about our thoughts about the first 6 episodes of this show.
After I watched the three most recent episodes, basically this whole season has done a lot more to make us really empathize with other characters besides Chizuru and Kazuya. Well, I think why Sumi and Ruka especially is because the problem I think in a lot of these shows is the protagonist is basically like the sun, and all of their actions revolve around that protagonist. And I think what Rent-A-Girlfriend has done that has made these characters so sympathetic, Ruka and Sumi are humanized in their flaws.
Yes.
Right? Ruka, it's her desire to find meaning, right? And because she feels like she doesn't fit into the society, she feels different, and it's her longing to feel the same and to feel something that makes her an interesting character. Same with Sumi in that her desire to change, we empathize with that. We see that in ourselves. Everyone wants to be the best version of themselves that they can be. So of course, logically, we're gonna empathize with Sumi, and we're gonna see a little bit of ourselves in these characters. And so if you're going to build these characters up like that, just to have them be convenient plot devices to further the main relationship, I mean, I think it's a slap in the face. Because you empathize with Sumi and because you empathize with Ruka, you want to see them be happy, right? And right now, a lot of that happiness revolves around them being recognized by Kazuya.
Yeah, and that's also been my criticism of like the whole harem genre as a whole, where you build up these really likable heroines and ultimately to just break their heart.
Yes.
And so I think you could do a show like this and still make it satisfying of an ending. But I also don't totally understand of like, why do you want to build up this expectation that we as an audience know it's never going to go this route, and then ultimately that relationship doesn't work out, but it still shows that the character can move on, and then that female character or whoever can find love elsewhere, and they can move on just like in real life. You know, people can move on. I think that kind of message can be done. I think Rent-A-Girlfriend can do it. I just don't think they will do it.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah. Because in the end,
this is a product.
One issue we brought up was the pacing. Do you think that the pacing has improved? Or like, do you think now that we're halfway through the second season and now that we've seen 18 episodes of the show...
I don't necessarily think the pacing is improved. I think it's more of, if you stuck it out this far, I mean, odds are pacing isn't going to be that big of an issue for you at this point. Right now, the main point is where can Kazuya as a character develop more than he already has? Where will the relationship between Kazuya and Chizuru, how is that going to evolve? That's the most important part.
We talked a lot about Kazuya and Chizuru's growth. I think these last 3 episodes have actually done a really great job of improving that. I think that the Kazuya worrying about the present, what to get for Chizuru, and then Chizuru, her grace in accepting that, I think did a great job. But the big one was the Nomikai.
Oh yeah.
And that did a lot to advance their relationship and to, help them grow, because I think, again, Chizuru has seen glimpses of Kazuya's kindness throughout the show. Obviously, he jumped off a boat for her, so, But I think this whole second season has done a pretty decent job so far of solidifying that. Him being supportive of her acting career when she was really down. And I think when she realized that he was taking the fall for her, resonated with her, right? I mean, you can tell by the shots that they used in the show. And of course, they still can't quite connect. Going back to the pacing, which again, this Chizuru and Kazuya's relationship, relates a lot to. I think that this has done a lot better job of feeling like there's forward momentum in how they're growing, and especially how the relationship is developing. So I think it's some success that if you compare, I think even if you compare this first half to the first half of the first season.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, by this first half, there's so many rip your hair out moments where it felt like Kazuya had made a big jump.
Yeah.
Just for him to be enabled and go right back or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it seems so far that there hasn't been too much of that. Although, with how this relationship, Sumi's part being involved, I wouldn't be shocked if there's more steps backwards.
My final thoughts is so far it's an enjoyable show. I'm really enjoying Rent a Girlfriend. I really like all the characters. It's not a incredible series. It's not revolutionizing the romantic comedy harem genre. It's not a terrible series at all. By far, I've seen a lot of criticisms and a lot of hatred of the show. I don't think it quite deserves it, but it's not gonna blow your mind. This is not gonna change your mind about the genre at all. Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna keep watching this show. Well, I guess that about covers it. So we'll be Are you gonna be following it any more, or
What do you think?
Yes, wholeheartedly. All right. Well, I guess that concludes this review. So stick around. Hopefully we'll have another video out soon.
Yep.
Okay.